I can imagine my mom, like, that she been in English. She's like, ¿qué dice? I'm like, no sé. Bueno, está bien. Lo firma, like, even if you don't have to. She's like, okay.
That reminds me, I always did you ever forge your mom's
Fuck yeah.
signature?
Look, yeah, it's you know how, like, in middle school, they give you, no, elementary or middle, no me acuerdo, they give you, like, a calendar. And if you were bad on that day, like, they stamped it, and then your parent had to sign it.
Well, for me, it was the colors. Like, if you had a yellow or green one,
Oh, that was on elementary for me.
Oh, okay. So what was yours? Like,
It was a calendar, and then if you were good on that day, they give you like a good stamp. If you were bad, they give you a bad one, maybe like a comment.
Yeah.
Like, your kid fucked up today.
Yeah.
And then she had to sign it so your parent can see it.
That you've been fucking up.
Yeah. So what we do is that I already had something else with her signature, and that paper was pretty like translucent. So we put it on there. I'm like,
oh shit, that's pretty smart. Nah, I wasn't that smart. I would have to look at, like, well, I knew my mom's signature. It's literally her name in print. Like, she doesn't have any squigglies or nothing. So it's just like, you just have to look at it and then draw it. So that's what I would do, you know, some National Treasure type shit.
Yeah, I had to be careful with it too, cause it couldn't be pencil. Like that.
Had to be pen.
Yeah.
Oh, and you can't fuck up.
You can't fuck it up. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
It was a risk,
sweating.
bro.
Yeah. Welcome everybody to CharroBeans podcast.
How you guys doing?
A Mariachi podcast here.
Forward, Texas.
Coming at you live. We're not live.
We are live.
Live and direct.
Yeah.
To the GoPro. We are here in Fort Worth, Texas, which a lot of people don't know where that is. It's near Dallas. That's how we have to say it each time. Cause
it's like a good 40 minutes from Dallas.
Yeah.
It's not super close.
Every time I see any town around here that gets talked about on the news or anything, it's always like, for example, I just saw like this show. It was like a forensic show, and they had said like, in Bedford, Texas, a city next to Dallas, and I'm like, we're closer to Fort Worth if anything. Like, but that's true. Nobody knows Fort Worth.
Well, Dallas, it is a bigger city.
Dallas is a mecca, the mecca of the West. Not even Fort Worth's. What is it called? Slogan is where the West begins. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, it's because like here we actually had cows and we had like
still do.
We had the stockyards. Which,
still do.
Yeah, we still do. So like this is where the West begins, like the Wild Wild West. You know, like, you know, that type of shit. You know, I think we pride ourselves on actually like looking like cowboys here.
Like I don't dress like that.
No, I don't. Well, I meant like the city itself, like. Is very much like.
Oh yeah, like if you go to the shops and stockyards, a lot of it's like, yeah, we sell leather shit here.
And not just the stockyards. Like if you go to downtown, like even in the middle of the day, which I always feel like is like a simulation or some shit. Because sometimes, like, have you ever been like off, and you're not at work or you're not at school or whatever, and you go to like places and I look around and I'm like, why is nobody at work or why is nobody at this? Like, just people chilling out here walking. Every time I go to downtown, it's like that.
What throws me off, like what gives me that feeling, is looking at like the los edificios, the buildings, and you don't see anybody moving like in the windows. You can see like the desks and everything, but you don't see anyone in there.
Oh. Okay.
Or like at night, like some places are lit up and others are not. It's kind of scary.
I just I see cowboys there too. Like you see like people like with their sombrero, and you see them with the boots on, también like walking around. So I'm like, damn, like
I always see those on what's the name of that street? Angle? Donde está el Parque de los Caballos?
Yeah.
Always people like in their horses just having a good time.
But those are Mexican beans.
Well, yeah, but they're in horses though.
I'm talking about like the business white man. What they got on like the 10-gallon hat. You know? Like you know that's because we got two sides here in Fort Worth. We got the beans with horses. Because you can actually, so if you're ever here in Fort Worth, you will see like someone riding a horse, like casually down like a main road, because it's almost like they're walking their dog, right? But they're riding their horse, right? Like and it's funny when they got like a whole family too. It's like a mom and a dad and like two kids got like a little horse. I've seen that before too, like people riding on little horses. Are those, what are they called? Mini horses? Ponies?
Baby horses? No. Oh, not.
There's
stags.
a word for it.
Not stags. It's.
What is a stag?
Una vaquita, no?
No way. No, it's also a horse.
Oh, no, that's it.
I don't know, dude.
I'm not into cattle.
The last time I looked at animals like that is when I went to the zoo, like as a kid.
I used to go to that parque all the time, de los caballos.
I've never been there.
Because yo tenía un tío que tenía un caballo ahí, or dos, and then he fell.
He fell?
Yeah, he fell.
okay?
He fell with the horse. No, he's fine. The horse was not.
Did they have to clap it? Damn.
I just know we haven't gone there back. We
haven't gone back since. No, well, yeah. There's this park here in Fort Worth too, where they el parque de los caballos. Yeah, so it's very literal.
Yeah, like,
you get there and there's like burros. And the fuck's going on here, bro?
Yeah, around that area, and it's always on my way to school too. So there's always someone in the morning just like on their horse.
Yeah,
you're
like the olden days. Olden days.
You don't know, what am I now?
You're just carrying it like una bolsa de huevos.
Yeah.
Yeah, like in Mexico, that's how they do it, right? They give you like una bolsa.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a bolsa and it's got like deme 12 huevos or 24 or whatever. And they're just like stacked in there.
Yeah.
Which is like the worst way to carry eggs. Like, at least put them in a box for me.
You gotta be careful, bro.
Yeah, because if you do it, if you smack something, like each one of those is getting broken. Like, it's the worst way to carry.
Well, a good portion of them will. Like,
yeah, we'll go, you know. Same thing with actually in Mexico though, you can get una soda, una agua in a bag. In a bag. Which for some reason it just tastes better that way. I don't know why. I haven't had it in a while, but like okay, so if you didn't know, you know, you go to Mexico back then, well, I don't know, I think still now, right?
Yeah.
You can still take el envase. Right? So they would pour it in a bag for you. That way they can keep the actual bottle and they can keep it there, and then you're on your way with a bag of Coca-Cola and a straw, and you're just like, you know, you kind of just sip it, you know, little by little, and it's cool because like I got to experience that,
bro.
Yeah, like I in Mexico, like that's what they would tell me. Like la señora that would ring me up at the cash register, she's like, "Te lo puedes llevar, pero tienes que regresar," and I'm like, what do you mean? Like later on when you're walking around here, you need to bring back that bottle. Like we need it.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to do that, you could just take it in a bag. And I'm like, I'll take a bag, please. And then I get it, and I'm like, this works. You know, this works. But it's pretty chill.
If they caen gordos, you just squeeze the bag.
Oh shit,
like, fuck you, bro. Yeah. You never done that?
No.
Yeah, like at school, like si alguien te cae gordo, you're like, shit, man.
And they just squish the bag?
Yeah, I would split in their face.
I like that over there. The Cheetos come with salsa.
Okay.
Like the Cheeto Puffs? No?
Like they open it, put salsa in it, or like they
there's
salsa inside?
Yeah, like people make their own puffs, and they would make their own bag, and then they would put like a little over there. You see a little paquetito de salsa, like the Tapatio, de Valentina, or whatever. They have a little salsa, but you would open the bag and it's already in there. It's like they already expect you to want it spicy. Like we don't take that mild shit around here, you know. Like you gotta spice it up, otherwise.
¿Sabes lo que es extraño? Do you ever have los duros?
Oh.
No puedes decir nada, güey.
O sea, explain.
Es un duro. It's like it's the same thing that the chips they sell that are made of. Los como
oh, you're talking about the big rectangle?
Yeah.
Los duros, yeah.
I do miss those from over
there.
They
have those here.
But over there, they made of something else. Porque aquí son como doraditos, right? Which is, that's like the usual.
Yeah, it's the base.
Pero allá hay unos, son como, no recuerdo el nombre, pero son güeros. Like, they're white. And it tastes a lot different. I miss those every day, dude. Cada vez que me acuerdo.
What do they have on top? Do they have the little cueritos?
Same thing, yeah. Cuero, lechuga, tomate.
Yeah, okay.
Those are good, man.
You Uber Eats? No te lo
No,
traen? No te lo traen.
¿Te imaginas? Ordeno uno de allá and then, like, the Uber is like, hasta forward. ¿Qué? Like, fuck no, bro. Like, decline. It's like, I keep trying to one is like, yeah, I'll do it. Like, on my way.
Llego en 2 días.
It's like all soggy, you know.
You still grub it, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you still eat it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Mexico is something else, bro. I like going there. Been a while.
Me too. Like, me too.
One day, bro.
Sorry.
No, pero how did we get on this? Talking about stockyards?
Fort
Worth. Oh, we're from Fort Worth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, come by and visit. It's pretty cool. I feel there's a lot of stuff to do here. We have a zoo.
There is a lot of stuff to do here.
Yeah, we just don't do it.
I mean, it's because that's how it is, bro. Like, anyone who's local sees it as, like, whatever, because it's, like, here all the time. But, like, I think in general, if you go somewhere, there's always going to be tourism. And I think there's tourism here, bro. Like,
in the stockyards, there is.
Oh, for sure. Lot. Like, the barbecue is very sought after here. Like, have you ever been to Cooper's Barbecue?
No.
It's that big old huge place right next to Billy Bob's. Hey, shout out to Billy Bob's. Billy Bob's. Right next to Billy Bob's, there's Cooper's Barbecue. Yes, this is his barbecue way. Like, you get there and it's not like, all right, let me get like a little sandwich and some fries. Like, no, like this, they have a huge pit and they open that bitch up like como una Cadillac, dude. Like, it's like opening a hood. All this smoke comes out and then you just see like pounds and pounds of every single type of meat that they have there.
Toda la vaca?
Yeah, and they just tell you like, okay, ¿qué quieres? And you just tell them like, pues dame this, and you put it all together on your plate, and that's like Texas barbecue, like where everything's dripping in cholesterol and fat and deliciousness.
¿Tú te comerías un taco de ojo?
No, it just gave me some shit in my like, made my back tingle. That's fucking gross. I thought of the way it would feel in my mouth, and then you squish it, and then it just like. Have you eaten that?
No, but I saw a video. Good. I didn't know that was a thing.
Damn.
Porque vi un video like where you know, like they cook the whole head of the cow, and then with a spatula they take out the eyes and they la parten como si fuera carne, and then they serve it like in el taco, and then they give it to the guy, and the guy's like, "Damn, this shit slaps." Y luego se lo come todo. I had no idea that's the thing, because I don't know if y'all seen an eye, but it's like gooey stuff inside.
That's some Fear Factor shit. You know Fear Factor?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
It was like a show where they put you through the ringer. Like, they put you through, like, different challenges. And one of them was always, like, a gross challenge. Like, eating pig intestines or, like, putting you... Oh, they would put you, like, in a place where it's a little coffin y te echaban unas ratas and you just had to lay in there.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
That's Fear Factor.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's before Joe Rogan became, like, a huge podcaster. Like, he was the host of that.
Okay.
That's how I knew Joe Rogan. Apparently he fights too. I didn't know that. Yeah.
He seems to kick pretty hard.
Oh, I saw those videos. He's like, "Who is that?" And he just fucking let him pinche putazo. Yeah.
No, but yeah, I didn't know tacos de ojo were a thing.
Oh yeah, man.
It's like,
but there's a lot to do here in Fort Worth. Point is, it's a good city. You guys should visit, and your boys live here.
Yeah.
So.
No me digan que let's hang out, because I'm not.
You gotta hit us up though.
Fuck.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like. I tal Snap. Nah, actually not the Snap. El Insta.
¿Qué?
El Instagram.
Oh, like hit you up?
Yeah, like hit us up.
Okay. I'm like, si invitan, si vamos.
si invitan, si vamos.
Yo los llevo, no puedo.
My car holds at least 3. So.
Are there any plantas here?
Plantas?
Yeah, in Fort Worth? Like Fort Worth, like.
You used to play at one. At La Marea.
But de lo que yo entiendo, ya nadie va.
Oh, I don't think there's a lot of plantas here, to be honest.
There's a lot in Dallas.
Yeah, they're all in Dallas or like the surrounding cities. I mean, like the ones we play are either Dallas or Grapevine. But to be honest, they're all in Dallas.
Yeah.
Is it because Fort Worth just doesn't pay mariachis?
I don't know, man. Because I remember the one you were talking about, like, yeah, they siempre quieren regatear, like, you know, we're giving y'all food, like, maybe, like.
That's true.
Like,
I mean, as a kid, we would play at restaurants to raise money for like our mariachi trips and stuff like that. And I have seen that as a thing that happens here where, you know, people go around to like the local restaurants and ask, you know, can we play for tips? Because that's what we did as kids.
Pero eso es más talón que planta.
Not talón, bro, because it's more like we're playing for tips. Like, nobody's asking us for any songs because we
couldn't.
As kids, dude. Do you remember when we would go out to play at restaurants and it was like 20 of us?
Yeah.
And like, you know,
like, thinking about that, I'm like, fuck, I think we're kind of annoying.
Yeah, like imagine you own a business and you have this like Sunday brunch, because that's when we would go on Sunday, and then in walks in 20 kids, and not one of them is like, yeah, I didn't take
20 kids equals like 20 estorbos, you know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
I'm pretty sure the waiters too were like,
Oh, they were like,
fuck.
oh, it's those damn kids, bro. So like we walk in, and we always had like one person, right, that
yeah,
would
like
go,
going around like
someone that
tips.
knew how to talk, and they would go
so
ask, like they would go ask the
like,
manager or
money,
something.
please.
Yeah, they'd be like, hey, would you mind if we played, for trips? And we'd have to explain, because we're gonna go to California, we're gonna go to, or we raised for Albuquerque. So we would be like, it's because we're going to take a trip, and we just wanted to, and you have to say it nicely, right? And we just wanted to see if we could play for tips, so we can raise money for the school. So, like, me as a manager, I'm thinking, like if I'm the manager of the restaurant, I'm thinking, like, damn, like, if I say no, like, these kids don't get to do something right. So I feel bad in a way. But then I'm also like, now I got to fit these 25 kids in this small restaurant where we're already packed as shit. Because like for us, we saw a packed restaurant. We're like, oh, badass! There's a lot of people in here. A lot of people can give us money. And then they're seeing like, my place is packed as fuck. Now I gotta put these kids in a section of this restaurant. Like,
I mean, I think there's also the cute factor. Like, oh look, they have cute little kids here. Kind of.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's the one thing that would work for us, bro.
Yeah.
Like the.
But it will also work for them because they're like, oh look, they're so nice. Like they'll let these kids play here.
Because
we'll be back next week or something.
Well, we would be back every week.
So like, I'm saying.
Yeah, all the local. Because I mean, all the local Mexican restaurants you could get, they're all in a radius of like what, 5-6 miles. So you would just need to go around to all of them, and that was our way to raise money.
Eso me recuerda like one time. Remember, I went in on Vihuela, right?
Oh no,
and,
you went on Vihuela?
Huh? Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, I was better back then. I feel. Maybe. But I always remember I got in front of this table and this lady looked at me, and now thinking about it, I'm like, creo que estaba cruda, because she looked at me, she's like, oh, and she just like, like she did this, and I'm like, dun, 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 like, she did not like that.
Yeah, I mean, think about it, bro. Like, if you're not into, it's just mariachis. If you're like a normal person, I mean, what's the one instrument that you're gonna hear like louder than anything? Trumpets. And if you're in a small and enclosed space, I mean, everybody's got like different hearing, right? So like, if a kid's blasting right next to you, it's not the most comfortable thing you're doing while you're trying to eat your eggs Benedict. You're just there trying to grub, and then like there's this kid, so you're just probably like, you're probably annoyed,
Yeah.
I'd probably be like, here, take the $1, bro. Just YMCA, go on your trip,
Fuck.
Yeah, man. But it's wild. That's why I guess there's no plantas. Like, a lot of these restaurants don't need a mariachi to come out, to be honest. Like, they get full regardless. Like, all the ones that are here that are right next to the stockyards that are the tourist spots, it's like everybody here is going to go to that restaurant regardless because the food is great. So they'll go, right? So they think it's delicious. So they're going to go regardless. They don't need to pay a mariachi to go out there, I guess is what I'm saying. But...
No, está bien.
Yeah, I still like Forward, man. Forward's
Forward's
tight, bro.
cool, man.
Forward's tight.
People are nice.
It's my town.
We're nice,
We're nicer than Dallas.
SOC.
SOC.
So every time I've told you, every time I go to Seafood Shack, like which is in Dallas, and I'm like in the streets, there's always someone like getting arrested, or like someone fighting.
Cop cars.
Last week, yeah, it was last week. Me and Don Mike, we got there first.
Oh
and
yeah, when we got
there was a guy that just started peeing like.
Where? Outside the restaurant?
Outside the restaurant, like broad daylight. Like
he was daylight.
He was in the parking lot, and then, like thankfully, like his back was facing us, but like he started like
leaving a trail.
Yeah, and then he turned around like, mira que está bonito, and me and Mike are like, este way, like, like he's just peeing, and then nomás se la sube and he starts tossing rocks, like at the 7-Eleven.
Just cause?
I guess. I don't know. But I'm like, yeah, that sounds like Dallas. Like,
damn.
Always some hood rat shit going on.
There's always some shit going on there. That's true. It's very active, like in a scary way sometimes. It's like, what the hell? Tengo miedo.
Sí,
da miedo. Robar.
Sí, da miedo un poquito.
Yeah. So yeah, if anything, come to live in Fort Worth.
Yeah, and then if you wanna, I don't know, see some wild chick, go to Dallas. You know.
Yeah, if you're a little bored, I guess go to Dallas
and then come back. You know,
and then come back
where it's safe.
Where it's safe. I like that. Anyway, eventful week this week. For me, it was very different.
Cause you weren't with us.
Yeah, I was. Oh, I guess before we get into that, well, I guess yeah. In general, I had taken the some days off. I have, as a teacher, obviously, I have sometimes events that I need to cover now. You know, I'm responsible for. So I mean, I wasn't able to do Thursday or Saturday.
How did you not know that?
I think I told y'all, no?
Not me. Cause
you okay? So look, I had taken these days off. I don't want to be an inconvenience to my boss, right? To be like a week before and be like, hey, I can't go. You know, so I think I told him about these dates like maybe almost a month ago, and I remember because I was like, these are like my last 2 dates that I'm gonna take off at least till the end of the school year. I think I'll be okay. After that, I think I'll be even fine for the summer and everything as of right now. You know, I'm planning on taking vacation days too, like for the summer. But I mean, I haven't talked about those yet. But I mean, I was like, these are the last 2 dates: this Thursday and then this Saturday. And he was like, all right, cool. And this was a while back. Like, I really should just check the receipts, right? But like to see exactly when I said that. But I thought we were good on that, so we were good. And so that's what we left it as. Before we get into that, though, Wednesday we had a gig in between the middle of the week, and he had asked us on WhatsApp, right? And he said like, who can do this gig from what was it, 8 to 9? Yeah, 8 to 9. Porque ya estaba bajando el sol. It was dark by the end. So it was a gig from 8 to 9 in Dallas. And what sucks is my WhatsApp has not been giving me notifications. So like he had asked like you, me, and like Lil Vic or Boyo if we can do it, and y'all said yeah, and I also said yeah. I said like yeah, like I'm down, but the message didn't send, and I didn't know. So it wasn't until later when he was like, all right, like Victor and Boyo like be there at this time, and I was like, what about me? But then I scrolled up and I saw the little exclamation point, and it said it never sent. And I was like, oh fuck, like hey sir, you know, like my friend Arturo, I'm like, boss, can I still go? Like, look, I was even like showing proof. Like, I screenshotted it. Like, look, it didn't send. Like, I'm sorry. He's like, I guess you can go. I'm like, damn, you know. But anyway, we had that gig on Wednesday. In Dallas.
Yeah.
It was in Dallas, and what was it? A birthday party? Oh, this dude's birthday party.
It was a kid's birthday party.
Well, he's not a kid. He was like a young.
He looked like a kid.
He was a young man.
He was in high school, right?
He wasn't. No, era un joven. What I imagine when people say joven.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like he was not old and not young. He was like right in the middle. Joven.
Isn't that us?
Joven. No, güey. Yo estoy viejo.
We're old?
También, güey.
Fuck.
Yeah. We're past that threshold already.
Wait.
Anyway, we played for this dude's birthday, right? And there was a Chente impersonator there.
Oh, was there?
When we got there, right? We got there and this fool was singing, and they were playing in this backyard that had a pool, like an in-ground pool, like the ones that come with the house and shit, right? And we were waiting for this fool to finish, this fake Chente. He came out, and we were like, yo, wait. You know, we said hi to him or whatever. Like, ¿dónde estabas, güey?
La resucitó.
Easter season. And then anyway, he left, and then that's when we were able to start. We were a little bit separated there because there was no room.
Oh yeah, you guys were far.
That's because the backyard was very crowded. Like they didn't have that many people there, but it's just in general.
Because the pool takes up.
The pool took up like half of the backyard.
Yeah.
And where we're under like this small patio, which the day wasn't completely hot, but since we were under that patio, like no wind. They also, I don't know if you saw, they had like those privacy fences, so that like covered up any wind that would be wanting to come in. So está bien caliente, güey. Like I'm Hector, este flaco was playing with us. He was playing guitar, and dude, he was like he said he had just taken a shower. I don't know if you noticed because his hair was like. You know, he usually has like gel and shit. Yeah. He looked like he didn't have anything in there, so he just looked like it made him look younger. I was like, ay, güey, chingón, güey. But his hair was all falling, but he was all like, me acabo de bañar. but he was all drenched in sweat. Like he was like sweating pretty bad, and I was like, damn, bro. Pues otra bañada. It's otra, güey. I felt bad because when we were sitting on, or we were playing under that patio, like está caliente, way. Like I felt it. I felt the heat. I felt like a sauna, type of shit. I felt the moistness in the air because it was so humid, And I'm pretty sure that the pool didn't help, like the fact that it was like that, and we were all separated, So it was, but it was it was an alright gig for an hour, chilling until that kid almost drowned.
I didn't know he was drowning. I thought I don't know.
I think that's scary, cause like kids can be so dumb, bro. Like, not on purpose. That's how they act sometimes. So like, I don't know how this kid fell into the pool. Point is, like, we were playing a song and you just hear like, psh, and we had just started. We were probably only like 10, 20 minutes in, and you hear like a big splash, and then you hear another big splash, like a bigger splash. And like everybody was watching us, but like all the tias that were on Facebook Live were watching us, but they were like this, like turning around, like looking at what was going on. And they were looking at this kid that fell in. Like, I guess whoever, they pulled him out of the water and just threw him back out. This kid's all crying and shit. And I'm like, ya ves, cabrón, why were you doing that shit?
Fuck. I'm guessing it was a little kid then. Like,
it was a little kid. You
like, no, you can't.
You see who it was? Yeah, it was a little kid. He was like,
by the time I looked, there was sort of like a crowd around.
Yeah.
I had no idea what was going
Little
on.
kid was like, maybe like 5, 6 years old.
Sí la hacía.
Ya estaba morrido el güey,
Yeah.
It was funny because like after he was all wet and everything, after he went through that near-death experience, he was like, all right, I'm going to go play again. Like, he started running around again, and I'm like, no prendes, cabrón? Like, shit.
Fuck.
Yeah. Like, he cried for like maybe like 30, 40 seconds. I saw him crying like, and then he got over it so fast. And that's how I know that kids do not care about anything, bro. Like,
they're psychopaths.
They're just like, damn, I almost died. Anyway.
Do it again. You want to see me do it again?
Like, Mom, can I get more soda? And they'll just drink. You know how like kids drink soda where they wrap like their whole lip under the thing, and they're like,
Yahweh. Stay away.
That's how you know that whatever you're drinking is like really good. It's like you can't even breathe. You're just drinking that much.
You're breathing as you're drinking.
Yeah, dude. That's how you know that like it hits. All that sugar is going down to all the right places. But yeah, that gig was all right.
It was a little annoying with that lady.
Well, you were right next to the door.
Oh,
so I felt bad for you because like anytime they opened the door, pues I mean, did anybody hit your guitarrón or anything?
No,
because it felt like it was that type of situation. Because like I would just see the doors swing open the whole time, like from where I was. So I would just see you like moving constantly because people were going in and out of the house.
No, I mean I was keeping my eye out because I know that can happen.
It's dangerous.
I was like moving around. I was like, no, me quito. No. Usted quítese, por favor. But you can't open the door when I'm on the way. Quítese. Like,
you just need like a little kid, like, get out of here.
A ver, like, ¿quieres otro? Síguele, güey. No, but it was that lady that kept asking for like Bad Bunny shit. Right?
Yeah, it's because I told you like a lot of people like they want a mariachi, but they don't even know what the fuck to ask. So it's like.
They just want the aesthetic.
They want to say like, oh, si tenemos mariachi tan chingones, and then they ask them like, ¿qué tocaron? No, pues no sé. Pero ahí tocaron, like, because as soon as we got there, they were like, yeah, yo perreo sola, or algo de Bad Bunny, and I'm like, no, dude, like, so then those didn't work. So then they were like mariachi loco, and then they didn't dance. So I'm like, ¿tú qué chingados quieres?
Well, I said before what they want.
Did we have a list? No, we didn't have a list for this. No, we didn't have a list.
But yeah.
I'm like, no, somebody se va a morir. But it was just, it was rough.
It was an okay gig.
I was just hot, bro. I was a little disappointed because the guy kept saying like whenever we're finished, ya que acabemos, you guys can eat, and they were making carne asada, and that shit looked good, bro.
No, they want to stay. I wanted to leave.
Well, yeah, everybody started dipping, so I was like, damn, no agarré nada, like. And
well, Arturo got some.
Oh yeah, so everybody started leaving, so I was like, damn, so we're not all in agreement. We're not gonna we're not all gonna get a plate, like. I was ready, bro, because I was right next to the ceviche too, and I was right next to las aguas frescas.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn, bro, like, like, quiero de esta, lo quiero de esta, you know. And since everybody started leaving, I was like, okay. So then I started walking out, and then I think Lovic or Arturo, no, it was Arturo, came out with the plate of meat.
Yeah.
It was like some sausages, some tablitas, some carne asada. No sides or nothing, no tortillas, but just like the meat itself.
Yeah.
I was like, pues ya aquí, you know. So I grabbed like a sausage. I was like, damn, that shit fucking hit, bro. That shit was good, you know. But ni modo. Like, I didn't get my plate, bro. I was so disappointed.
It's okay, bro. No pasa nada. You
No,
can get water now.
Oh, yeah. Well, we talked about it
Yeah.
last week.
Just poquito with us.
We need to get some later?
See what?
Oh, chico.
Twice.
Anyway, and then, okay, so that brings us to the next day. I had taken Thursday off. So, like, in my head, we were good. Oh, because right after that gig on Wednesday, the day before the day I was supposed to take off, I told Arturo, I was like, oh, all right, well, I guess I'll see you guys on Friday. You know, and he's like,
I had left by then.
Yeah, you had already left, so you can't prove this.
Yeah.
Boyo was there, Lovic was there while I was saying this, but I was like, I guess I'll see you guys Friday. It's like, I'm taking tomorrow off. And then since I'm also not playing on Saturday, because like I said, I had events with my school, so I wasn't going to go. So like the last thing I remember saying was like, I was like, okay, well, I'll see you guys Friday. I guess I'll see you guys Friday. And Arturo was like, no, pues sí, güey. Nos vemos. And I thought we left it like that. That's exactly how we left it. And like I said, keep in mind, I taken these off like a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I thought we were good, right? So next day comes, I did my school stuff. I got it finished. It actually got moved around. So I was actually available at night now. Originally, I wasn't. But like I said, since I had already taken the day off, like, I was good. I had the night off. So I was like, I might as well keep it off. Like, if I had already asked for it, he probably already found a player to go replace me anyway. So I'm like, I'm not going to be like, hey, bro, I can go after all now. So that's how I left it. So I was like, okay, he already knows I'm off. Chingon. So if you know me, you know that I like Turnpike Troubadours. They're a band. They're a country band, which I hate country, but I love them. They just got back together. I'm super pumped about it. They were going to come back and they started touring again. They like got back together, I guess you could say. This is their third show in the last 4 years or whatever that they've been gone. And they first show in Fort Worth. So there was barely the third show in their tour. So I was like, I'm going to buy a ticket. Like I'm going to buy tickets. I mean, I wanted to go, but I knew I couldn't because of Mariachi. But since I just happened to have it off, I was like, chingon, I have the opportunity to go now. So I bought the tickets for me and my wife. She even took off like half of her shift, like to go, because she works night shift. And so we got dressed. Ya eran como casi las 8. It was like, I remember it was 7:54. The time was 7:54. And I was dressed, I was ready to go to this the venue here at Billy Bob's, Texas, which is a venue here in the Stockyards. We were ready to go, basically. And then I get a call from my boss. Arturo's little picture comes up. And I'm like, I know exactly what this is for. But I'm going to answer with the hope that it's not. You know?
Yeah.
So I answer. I'm like, what's up, bro? He's like, hey, wait, you all right? And I'm like, see, wait, why? He's like, because it's pretty late. And I'm like, yeah, but do you remember that I'm taking off today and then I'm going to see you on Friday, remember? And he's like, see, wait, fuck. See, wait, hey, fuck, ni pedo. Fuck, okay, bye. And I'm like, what the fuck just happened? This motherfucker forgot.
Yeah.
This motherfucker forgot, dude, that I was supposed to take the day off.
I'm like, so what happened was...
So you were there.
We all got there, right?
You were there, yeah.
I was there. And it was like... I think it was like 7:30. And then it's like 7:35, we're kind of like... We're just standing there, basically. That's what we do until everybody gets there.
It's because you guys usually wait on me. Like, I always get there like 7:40, to be honest. Like, that's the time I always get
that's what
there.
we're like, okay, 7:30, Sam's not here. That's kind of like normal. Right. And then it's like 7:40, okay. He's been this late before. And it's like 7:45, and we're like, okay, this is like the latest like
in a while that I've been this late. Okay.
Then 7:50, and we're like, okay, like he probably like forgot his strap. I don't know. And by that time, Arturo was like, oh, it's this Sammy, like he's late.
Yeah.
But me, I was more worried than anything because I'm like, este güey se vuelve miara. Like this little toy car, like so llevó un trailer or something, like that's why he hasn't called us either.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, mejor llámale, like make sure he's okay.
Yeah.
And then like he just kind of looked around and he's like, bueno, llamar. And then like that's when he's calling you.
Yeah.
And as you're saying all of what you said, you told him, I say his like his facial expressions just like changed like from like what the fuck to like huh to like oh de veras, and then like ya nada más colgó, and he's like, wait, se me olvidó que no iba a venir Sammy, and I'm like, ¿cuándo dijo eso? Because I had no idea you were not coming.
Yeah, it's because like I said, you left the day before early. Yeah.
So I'm like, no, okay, I was calling like whoever. When we need people, I notice I have no friends here because I have all these numbers of people from like San Antonio, like El Valle, like from somewhere else. I'm like, ¿dónde están los de aquí, güey? Like, like
who's local right now?
Yeah, like I have no one's number from here.
Yeah.
So I tried whoever I knew, like remotely played vihuela,
or
like,
guitar,
or like tan siquiera un poquito. I'm like, hey, I called Pedro from Magnifico.
Oh yeah, you called him?
I'm like, bro, like, I know you play vihuela, like, hazme el paro. He's like, oh, dude, no, es que estoy en la casa de mi suegra. It's 30 minutes from my house and 30 minutes there, no la voy a hacer.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck, but a little bit called John. And then,
you guys got a hold of John who plays vihuela, and he's played with us before.
Yeah, he told me, he's like, bro, I was eating pizza with like my daughter, like she's sitting here, and like I was like, sí, me la quemo. He just left the baby there, like ahorita vengo, like so I was dude.
He's like, well, you got food, so you should be good, And the baby's like a couple months old, right?
Yeah.
He's like, you got food, right?
Yeah.
He's like, you know where the drinks are. ¿Quieres agua?
Es tu casa, güey. Tú quítate. Ahorita vengo.
Tú váyate, como quieras. Lo que quieras, tú agarra.
A ver, si te cagas en español, ya comiste, ya. Duérmete, like. Duérmete, like.
I'm like, llego a las 12.
Pretty much.
Like 6 hours later.
And meanwhile, like, Lil Big nos hizo el paro because he got an acoustic guitar.
He had an acoustic guitar in his car. Luckily, he had something apparently,
So Arturo was like, no, pues ni pedo, le tráetela mientras que llega.
He's like, what?
Yeah. So it was Arturo on guitar. And
acoustic guitar.
Yeah.
Acoustic guitar.
That thing sounded funny, man. Like,
I mean,
con el mariachi.
I mean, it sounded like a coro, I would think.
No sé cómo sonaba.
Un coro de la iglesia, güey. I mean, Arturo, singing. Yeah. With the acoustic guitar, you on bass, all the violin. Was it all the violins? Well, 3 of them, right? Don Luis, Bollo, and Lovic. Son los tres. The mic?
The mic on trompeta.
And then it's the you two.
Yeah. So it was enough to keep it together. It was like being held together by like duct tape, to be honest.
It was like on it was like if it was represented by a car, it'd be on Échale,
Yeah, pretty much.
With the gaslight on,
It's like fucking driving with the wheels without the nuggets. Like, like, this is gonna fall apart eventually.
The car's like,
pero por mientras, so like keep moving forward. Like,
picture check engine lights flashing, help.
No, but I was very, like, proud / impressed with Arturo because it's a very hard thing to do, like play,
just
sing,
go right into it. Yeah,
and especially because we were doing shit like Cielo Rojo that he was gonna sing and shit.
Which
so it's like I could see him like, fuck, I'm struggling, bro, but I'm like, dude, like, mi respeto is like, you're doing it, man,
bro.
You're keeping it together. And
he broke a string apparently.
Oh, see, he went too hard.
Lovic was like, "No mames, you broke the string on him, way." Like, y los sones que,
No, we're not playing sones.
No, exactly, yeah. He's like, okay, si Walteco, please. Like, I'm like, you sure, bro?
It's funny because his bar chord was getting tired. Pero es porque él sigue diciendo, it's like, oh, pues no sé, la del monte que está en fa.
En fa.
And then he's like, oh, Mujeres Divinas. Which is modo sol menor. Like, I'm like, bro, you're doing this to yourself. Like,
I'm like, unas tocaditas, güey. Feria de las Flores en D.
Una en sol, güey. Like, and todo.
That's fucking
But
funny.
he was doing it, man.
I mean, he had to. He had no other choice. Like I said, like, when he called me, I was like, pues ya que hago, güey. Like, I'm about, like, I spent money to go to this concert, too. Like, just to be like, my wife is getting ready right now. Just be like, hey, babe, you know how we were gonna go do this thing? No, pues cayó chamba. So I'm like, just stay dressed up and we'll watch the concert. You know, like on YouTube. You know,
you could be like, you know, a more romantic day would be you taking me to Seafood Shack. Like,
I was like, te miras bonita. Si quieres, ahí en el Seafood Shack, te sientas, comes.
Imagínate que te
tomas.
chingas unos camaroncitos así con...
¿Sabes qué? Vámonos. Y ahorita yo me cambio al traje, you know, y nos vamos juntos.
No, this is for show. Like, es para que me vean, you know, like... Back in the olden days, like, we used to dress like this.
She said, ¿por qué te lleva la vihuela? No, pues, I'm just taking it to, you know, jam session, you know, just in case, you know. I'm not working. And then I get there and I'm like, ¿cuál? Like, no, yeah. But it was just like, I knew it was going to happen, but I hoped it didn't, you know? So when I saw that call at 7:54, mind you, we start at 7:30, you know, 7:40, whatever. So I saw that 7:54. I'm like, there's only reason he would be calling me right now, and I know exactly what it's gonna be. So when he's like, because like you said, his mood went from like little mad / bothered, why am I this late?
Yeah.
To like realization to like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
So I was like mad, realization, oh shit, I fucked up.
Yeah.
I'm mad. What did he say?
Oh, I real fucked up.
I real fucked up. Yeah, so he real fucked up there. But I mean, you guys pulled through. You know? You.
Yeah, John got there.
I was a little worried. Like on my way to the concert, I was like, man, like what are they gonna do? Like si no hay nadie. Like, I mean, we've done it before where you guys, where Saul plays the armonía on violin. You know, if he had to.
Sí.
So I was just thinking, but like that for 2.5 hours. You know, like. ¿Cómo se va a hacer? And then I was like, if nobody comes, I mean, you guys just go home. You know, like I was just thinking like all these situations, but then I was like, no, pues no puedo hacer nada. And then I just went to the concert and I was like,
it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, yeah. I was like, nah, ni modo.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, you guys pulled through.
We had a lot of work this week, thinking about it.
Yeah, and like I said, I didn't go to that Thursday, so like I was kind of expecting already that like I wasn't going to play that much, but I also had a pretty busy week because I took work. I had to take work. Well, I went for Burros, which I went on Friday. Yeah. And there, it was pretty normal.
Well, we also had gigs before that, or I did.
Did you have a gig? Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah. You had a gig before?
We had a gig in Denton. It was for like
Oh, you said get up?
2 to 3. It was a wedding. They rented like a little like the back of a restaurant to do it. I think it was a restaurant.
And what'd you say happened there? It was before Burros, right? It was just one?
Yeah, there was 2.
No. I went to the other one. Okay, so...
The first one they were just like, eran como Hispanic. The wife was Hispanic and the guy was white. But right. I feel like the wife was also kind of white, you know?
Like, con el nopal nomás?
Sí, un poquito.
¿Poquito? Was she dark?
No, she was just... But you could tell she was... Como Latina.
Like my color?
Un poco.
Okay.
I'm like, a ver, poke your lips. No. But yeah, like, you know, like it was an easy gig. Like it was like basically a white people gig. Yeah. So we're just kind of playing. Tocaditas. Yeah. Every once in a while they'd be like, El Rey, you know, like a classic. Classic. And, but yeah, it wasn't hard at all. We were just kind of like playing. As they got food, we were just background music. Chill. And, Arturo didn't come to that one.
Yeah, he just sent you guys out.
That's always weird.
He was the promoter for that one,
Pobre Boyo had to be the MC. Because it was a white people party. So, like, his dad couldn't.
But he speaks English.
Don Luis?
No, Boyo.
That's what I'm saying.
How did he do as an MC?
He did pretty well.
He's like, the next selection. Like NPR.
Yeah. Like,
the next selection is going to be Las Alosanas. Mariachi Vargas, 19, whatever. And we had a one afterwards, and I went to that one. That one was in Grand Prairie, and we had been there before, almost like a year now.
Yeah,
because we went there for Mother's Day. I remember it was it was on the vlog actually, on one of the last vlogs that I made. At this place, I just didn't like that way they put us right in front of the sun, and they did not care. Like we were both. I looked over at you, and we're both like, like literally we could not see anything, and it was. It was hard. Like we're playing for this. What was it? Birthday.
It was a birthday de una señora.
Señora, yeah. And we played an hour. Yeah, it was just an hour. It's just an hour. And I went to that one. I should have gotten a Red Bull before because I was kind of tired. because I got there earlier than everybody. Well, actually, Lil Vic was there, but I was first.
Yeah.
I was second, sorry. And I could have gone, but no, ni modo. I was just sitting there like, damn, like, this is what it feels like to be responsible, bro. Like, I was like, it's not worth it. Mejor en chinga, you know? Like, so I get here, put on the vihuela, vámonos, caro. Because I had time to, like, think about what I was about to do. And I didn't like that. Like, I like to just go right into it, you know? But yeah, it was whatever. Yeah. Fine gig. The guy always wants to sing. Medio desafinado, pero...
Seems very high, though.
It was funny. He was like, "En sol," like not. And Arturo was like, "No, échale en fa."
Oh yeah.
And then like he found his voice and he was like, "It's good." But it was just funny. He's like, "No, échale en fa."
It's like that was sick.
Because I always wonder too, like if people actually know what that means. Like, do they actually know the theory behind it, or are they just like? Because I've also heard of people that will say like "en re." And they've just heard that before.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so then we play it, and then it's not in re. You know, it's in completely another key. So that's what I mean. Like, do people know what that means?
Some do and some don't.
Some don't, yeah. So, like, did this guy actually sing it in sol, and he knows that for sure? Or is the recording that he's listened to, it's in G, so he knows that it's in sol? Point is, like, I don't know if he knows, you know? So, like, when Arturo was just like, nah, we're like, all right, F. You know, and we just kind of go from there.
I feel like some do. Like, we had a girl like that on Saturday. You didn't go, but like she was like, "En do, por favor." We're like, fine.
Did she sing it in do?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. I bet. No, pues está bien. Then we went to Burros. I thought some shit was gonna happen because I don't know if you guys remember. We stopped going to this place a while ago. To this house that we would go consistently. They were like clients, but we kind of like...
I think we talked about it.
We kind of broke up with them. Yeah, we talked about it in an episode. We kind of broke up with them in a way because we stopped going. Because the last time we went there, we didn't have a good experience because they were blaming us for leaving early or some shit, right?
Ending early,
and that the guy who we have beef with, I guess you could say, he was bothered that we were leaving. We're trying to cut it off early.
Like 20 minutes, he said?
Yeah, he said that we were cutting it off like 20 whole minutes. And like when we kind of got bothered with that. Yeah. So I mean, that's why we haven't really returned. And apparently they've been trying to get us to go back, but you know, we haven't gone back because of that. Like, yeah. I mean, they kind of like in some ways, like, what's the word?
Offended us.
Yeah, I mean they did because they were calling us out in the middle of a party. Like,
yeah, they were being very like rude. They were like, I think the guy kept saying like, "Estaré borracho, pero no pendejo."
Yeah,
and I'm like, well, apparently si estás pendejo, güey, borracho también. Like, you know.
But it's because he was calling us out like at his party. Yeah, like
he was yelling at us. Like,
yeah, and I'm like, bro. So I mean, obviously that's gonna rub some people the wrong way. So like that's why we, in some ways, broke up with them. Like we just don't go to that place anymore. Like, so like, yeah, so like when he walked in, we were like, oh fuck,
like, oh no.
So armados putazos way, like people finna fight, and then it was like the night of cameos because a lot of people were coming out like regulars, more than usual. There was that the two couples, they always come together, and they hadn't been there in like
years,
like 1 or 2 years, dude. Yeah. Like they walked in and I was like, oh, cabrón, like been a while since I've seen that couple. Kind of weird
how they look the same.
Well, yeah, I mean, not everybody changes.
I feel like I changed.
No, not really.
Because you see me all the time. You can't tell.
You're just a little bit like thicker. No, but that's what you're going for, right? Because I was looking at like videos from like a couple years ago, and you were like a little skinnier, like más esqueleto. But now you're like, no, but now you got the thickness, you know. You're like, kill it.
Don't bezel. Nah.
No, yeah, but I just thought, like, man, this is weird. There's a bunch of omens today. Like, it's weird.
A little weird.
Too many people there.
Yeah, there was a lot of people. It was packed, right?
Yeah, Cynthia, Chewy were there.
Right, shout out. Oh, Marcos was there.
Marco, who took the bass from you at one point.
Mm-hmm.
He was your G string.
Yeah.
Your guitarrón.
When I saw it on Saturday, se está quebrando.
there's something weird with it. Yeah, like it's not wanting to hold anymore. So like he would play it out and it just kept dropping. Like say well how it would be like G and then it would be like A or sorry, drop down, it would be fucking F and then it was like E and then just keep going down and down. Like damn.
Just keep playing it, like make a scale out of it.
Yeah. Doon.
From what I saw on Saturday, like the wound like se está como estirando. Like you can see the wound. You can see the. I think it's the string. Because I can see the wound on the inside. You know how the inside is kind of like silky.
Yeah.
I can see that now. Like it's tearing up. I might have to change it. I don't know if it's that though.
No, pues no sé.
No sabo.
No sé. No, but yeah, long night. We stayed all night basically.
Chingo jale, you know.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
But yeah, that was Burros in a nutshell. In a small nutshell.
In a summary.
In summary, not leaving anything out. And then Saturday, obviously, like I didn't go.
Yeah. Paco came.
Yeah, Paco came.
Paco has helped us out a lot, and we're having like thanks him for it, like on the podcast. Cause I always forget to bring him in. Like, yeah, we did this on Saturday, but I always forget to say like, oh, like Paco helped us out.
Well, we used to say that, or no?
Not the past times.
Because
every time we go to eat after this, we're like, shit, like I forgot to say like Paco helped us out.
Hey, shout out to Paco, man. Yeah, he helped me out because, like I said, you guys had a lot of work.
Yeah.
That day, and like I said, like I took these days off a lot earlier than usual because I was like, I don't want my boss to like stress out. You know, like looking for someone. So I just said, you know what, just go ahead and take off Thursday and Saturday for me, you know? And then turns out later, like I could have gone to work with you guys because the meeting time, that's another thing I never know. Like the meeting time, you know, our boss always tells us, you know, like the day before or maybe like a couple of days before for Saturday, like the meeting time. So like I never know exactly what time we were going to start. But I was going based off of the calendar, you know, and based off of how long I thought maybe I'd stay at my event. And I was like, well, I don't think I'll make it, you know. And turns out, you know, I finished my event and I had plenty of time. Like, I could have gone to work with you guys. But like I said, I already took it off. So I was like, pues ni modo. But it worked out because my sister, who plays in a group over here with Mariachi Bohemio, shout out to them, they needed a bass player to cover their gigs. They only had like 2 gigs, but they're a smaller group, you know. And they asked me, or my sister asked me, like, do you think you could go? And I'm like, yeah, I mean, because I mean, my plan was just to like put on Facebook, like, hey, if anybody needs anybody from this, like after 4 or after 5, like, you know, I can pick up some work. So since she asked me, I was like, yeah, I mean, I'd rather go with you guys because I at least know you guys. Because that's another thing too. I don't want to go out there. Pues tengo miedo, que me pierda or some shit.
Te roben.
Me marreen, güey. No mames.
No, hombre.
Es que no me la sé. Es que I mean, I played guitarrón, and I'm not the best guitarrón player, you know, but I can play everything that basically gets thrown at me.
Just go off the key, bro.
Yeah, I mean, if you know the key, I mean, honestly, like that's all I know. I know how to play bass enough to like play any gig.
Todo está en el tono, güey.
Tú busca el tono.
I hate when people tell me that.
Triads.
Because it's not just all about that. I'm like,
I mean, kind of is.
No, it is, but like, no sé cómo explicarlo. Anyways.
Well, I mean, I had a grat Tim, you know, like what happened. We went to a backyard gig. It was a little. Did it rain where y'all went? It was a little wet, like everywhere.
I mean, it was, pero no porque llovió.
It was just very like. Oh, actually, just the first one. Everything was because it had rain the day before, I think. Estaba como lloviznando, estaba chispeando.
Okay.
Yeah.
Estaba húmedo.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that's what it felt like. It just felt like an armpit outside.
Okay.
It was, and then we played for this old lady. Like I said, it was just 5 of us, and we pulled out the gig pretty. I mean, the people didn't know what to ask for, like always. The lady did ask for like Javier Solis songs, so I was like, oh, she's probably one of those that actually like listened to him back then, which is crazy because she was an older lady.
When
like,
Javier Solis was alive.
Yeah, so like I those would be like the people that like really asked for like that old music because I mean they would probably jam to it on the radio back then.
It's always like, these people never know what to ask for. But like, when you find someone that knows,
that
it,
actually
you're like, fuck, like, espérame.
Like, well, I told you guys.
Like, 4 serios? No.
Like I said, like she was asking, like I think there was like at least 2 songs that I think she asked for, and like I'm the type of person where I know a lot of rap, but like you have to at least play me like the beginning, like so I can le agarro la onda, and then I'm able to know the rest. I'm like, oh yeah, it's that song, you know. But the nombre sometimes I don't get it all the time, but like she asked for like at least 2 that I was like, oh, we've played these before, like with Allende, like
Javier Solis?
I don't remember, but I remember the titles, and I was like, I feel like I've heard these before, but like obviously they were like no, es que esa, you know, we don't know that one. So I was like, fuck, like if I heard the intro, maybe I could have like helped, but even then, like who was gonna sing it y todo el pedo? And I was like,
No, pues sí.
but it's just funny because it's like if we were with Allende, most likely Arturo would be like, no, si sale, and I'm like, fuck. You know, but it's funny how that happens. That like you'd have to like really know rep like that. But like I'm not the best at that. I'm kind of trash. How was y'all's gigs?
We had fun gigs. I was having a good time. The first one was for like Arturo's and Boya's family. Some primos, right?
Yeah, you said you said that they were family.
Yeah, because we were driving in. I'm like, we're driving to Aubrey. I'm like, it'd be funny if we play for their family, right? And then we went outside the salon.
Yeah.
And there was a lady there. I'm like, that was like Arturo's mom.
Yeah.
Oh, Arturo's mom, like, ¿cómo está? You know, like.
Yeah.
And then I walked in and like Boy's mom was there. So
Oh yeah,
his sisters and brother. Don Luis wasn't there. Now that I think about it, he wasn't there.
he had to work, bro.
He wasn't with us.
With los bendiciones, bro. That work was calling, bro. He said, y'all got work.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, it was fun. It was hot because it was like in a storage warehouse type of thing.
Oh, it was hot? Like the AC wasn't
hot.
fully on?
The AC was on. Estaba en chinga.
Pero estaba en chinga,
it was too big.
It's because those salones don't stay on all the time.
Yeah.
They turn them on for the parties. So, like, they need a couple hours to really kick in. And I've gone to those where, like, if they don't kick it on, like, at least a couple hours before you're going to get there, and it's going to be, like, muggy and gross.
And when people start getting there, pues...
Everybody's breathing.
Yeah, it gets
Everybody's
hot.
like...
See where... So, even, like, a lot of people were there. Like, family that you've seen, like, when you go to their parties. Even, like, Chino's mom was there.
Oh, yeah, so it's just their, like, their side of the family.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Ahora sí, I was like, they're your cousins, bro? See? Eso sí?
Your cousin?
Is your cousin?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the food was good, too.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, we got fed.
Must be nice.
Yeah. And then the next week... Next week. Next gig.
Yeah.
It was for Jesse and friends.
Yeah, there's this group of friends that we just called them Jesse and friends because the main guy that talks to us, shout out to Jesse Pineda, who's out here, is my buddy. Well, this guy looks just like Jesse Pineda.
And his name is Jesse.
And his name is also Jesse. So, like, anytime they come to Burros or come watch us at the restaurant, it's always him and, like, his friends. So I just call them Jesse and friends.
Yeah.
So that se les pegó el nombre, you know.
Yeah, well, this was for Jesse and friends.
Jesse
Mine
and
is
friends.
Jesse. Jesse wasn't there.
Apparently Jesse, yeah.
It was for, like, their grandmas. She was, like, 80.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. She did not look happy, though. Like...
To see y'all.
At all. Like, all throughout the party, like, I told her she was ready to go. Like,
Oh, yeah?
Like, she had her purse in her lap. She was like, cuando quieran, estamos listos. Ya me quería dormir. And, like, her whole family was having a blast.
Well,
like,
sometimes I wonder because, like, you know, some people just don't like to party, like, at all, you know? So maybe she didn't want the party, you know?
Yeah, it was just her family, like, no, abuela, hay peda. And, like, you know, like...
It's like, we're getting you fucked up. Like, excuse me? Like,
yeah, dude, like, there were a lot of singers. They were like, podemos cantar Qué Bonito Amor. And then some other girls, podemos cantar. But estaban más gritando que cantando.
Oh, shit, okay.
You know, there was one girl that sang pretty well, but the rest were kind of like...
They were a little lit or no?
Yeah, they were lit. And then the mic came up to me, he's like, aquí parece como noche de aficionados. Pero más como noche de desafinados.
Desafinados.
I was like, damn, the mic. Like,
the mic has no chill, bro.
Yeah.
If you know the mic, man, a trumpet player, he's older, he has no chill, bro.
Yeah. Y más cuando, si te llevas con él, like, he kind of like goes up to your level. You know?
Yeah.
Like I've seen that in him. Like
once he gets comfortable,
like si lo albureas, he's like, sí puto. He's like, he went up to you every time.
Yeah, that's true.
And yeah, that was that gig, man. It was fun. Like people were just having a blast. That's where that one girl apparently she was in some voice competition like from TV. Like
oh yeah,
yeah. That's the one I told you. Okay, so and so song Perendo, and we're like okay. So we put it in and she played it pretty well.
Pretty good.
So
pretty good.
Yeah, that was a fun gig.
The last one you had?
No, the last one, no me acuerdo dónde era, but it was for a very rich family.
You got money?
Yeah, I got money. And eso no me acuerdo. It was someone's birthday or anniversary.
Fun?
It wasn't as fun. I feel like the one with Jesse and friends was fun.
Was better?
Yeah. That always sucks. Like, you go to another party and you're like, fuck,
cool.
the last one was better.
And how long did you play there? An hour?
An hour.
An hour. No.
They wanted more, but we couldn't do it.
Yeah, like, ni mergas.
Pretty much.
That's fine. I only had 2 hours, too. Like, I had that first one in the backyard, and then I had the second one at a wedding, which was in the middle of nowhere, dude. I mean, it was cool. Like, the venue was cool. It was by a lake.
We have 4 hours.
No, us.
Oh.
Talking about me.
Oh, sí. Sí, por favor.
Yeah, where I went, like, it was a nice venue, but it was a little far. And they had, what was it, a wedding? Yeah, it was a wedding.
You guys have a meeting spot?
No, we went in our cars. Yeah,
okay.
Went in our cars, and I just took my truck over there. And yeah, I mean, it was like I said, it was their gig was fine. Like they weren't too difficult, especially since I was playing guitarrón. So I mean, I didn't struggle a lot. And then Dylan, huh? No, I'm pretty good because like I said, I play at church in the coro, so my fingers stay like pretty fresh. Like and I only played 2 hours anyway, And then Dylan, who's the guitarrón player for that, showed up for that gig. Except he was like, no, stay on. Lela told me, my sister, she's in that group too. She's like, just stay on bass. Like, Dylan wants to play guitar. And I'm like, oh, okay, well. Because Dylan's a lot better than me. Like, I met Dylan when he was a kid, and he was barely learning in middle school. He was shorter than me, and now he's taller, If you don't know Dylan, he got, here in Texas, we have, like, a state competition to find, like, the best players in Texas that are in high school level. And he got, first chair in guitarrón. So I mean, he's good. He's good.
Yeah,
right?
no, he's very good.
He's very good, technical and everything, and he knows a lot of different shit that you can actually add to guitarrón. So like, since I'm not, I'm not as well prowessed into guitarrón like that. I think there was a part like sometimes I le echo adornos. Like I said, I don't play enough to like really have like these badass adornos. So sometimes they don't make the most sense. To me they make sense, right? They're my language, Sometimes I just look over at him and I'm like, mis respetos, like, I me disculpa, maestro. But it was just funny because like what's it called? The student has become the teacher.
The master has the apprentice has become the master.
Yeah, that's what it was. Because like I remember I taught a workshop and he was a little kid, and everything. And I was like, así se toca el guitarrón, así. And then now he's like, así, cabrón. Like, así se toca el guitarrón.
O sea, no que así se toca, güey.
Aprende, cabrón. But I mean, now he's a good kid. So I was having fun. Like, I like playing another instrument other than vihuela every once in a while. So it was fun. Then I went home. And I was like, damn, I got paid good. Like, chingón. Like, I'm like, y'all got an opening, bro? Like... No, but it was chill. Those guys are cool. I like that group.
I'm glad.
Shout out to those guys.
We're having fun too.
Right. It's just like who had the most fun. Like, now, hopefully, I mean, this should be a normal week for me. Back to normal. I don't have any days off right now, as of right now, so should be good. Ahoa. Anyway, let's get into Charro chat so we can get the frig out of here. So anyway, it's getting late over here. We started a little bit later. Sorry about you. We're going to get through these lightning fast. Here we go. At Roheli03 says, what's the worst thing to happen to y'all at high school competitions? You said you had an example. What was yours?
It wasn't about that one.
It wasn't that one?
Espérame.
Okay, well, let me think. What's the worst thing to happen to y'all at high school competition?
Oh, well, for me, it's not the worst.
Okay, you go first.
But I mean, one time, I was a harp player for my school years, lifetime.
Yeah, you were the harp. You were the designated harp.
Yeah. But last minute they changed me to bass.
Oh, we talked about this.
Yeah. Apparently, like the person that was supposed to be on bass wasn't as prepared. So like
they switched you.
Yeah, but it was very last minute. I don't know why it was so last minute.
I don't know.
Cause I even took my harp, which
decision.
which takes a lot of space.
Yeah.
So I feel like I could have saved a lot of space if you could tell me even before leaving. I could just leave it in the Mariachi room.
Yeah.
Or give me a week in advance for practicar.
to know the parts. Yeah.
Cause I mean I knew it because I play harp, so I play the bass line, but it's a different motion. You're going from pulling with your left hand to like pulling with your right hand. Pisando.
Mm-hmm.
So I was kind of like, creo que sí va. It was that in that video where we were playing. I think.
Yeah, we reacted to.
Ademos a parar and whatever. Yeah. I was like, creo que sí va.
Yeah. And that's competition, so like they're like actually watching you. So yeah. For me, I just kind of realized it's not really the worst thing to happen to y'all at a high school competition. It's more like, as a kid, you feel like you're so good. You know what I mean? So like, looking back, I don't think we were as good as we thought we were. You know what I mean? So like, it's just kind of like a mentality thing. Like I remember like we would go to competitions and we would always feel like we were so much better. So like when we didn't get like first place and we got like, third or fourth, we'd be like so mad. I remember we'd think like, oh, it's the judges and they're against us. I'm like, bro, like, why would they hate us? We're just kids, Yeah. I don't know. I guess in a lot of ways, I thought we were so like good. Like we would go to competitions and we would get like second place. We're like, what the fuck? Like, we were better. And now looking back at those performances, I'm like, we weren't even that good, So like, it's just like a maturity thing. I think I wish I was more mature to be like, nowadays, like when I think about it, I'm like, we weren't that good, or we were good, we played good and we played solid, but it's like, I guess you put yourself on this pedestal and it's like a maturity thing. Like you put yourself on this pedestal and you're like, nah, like we're here and we're the ones to beat. But honestly, like there's other schools out there that play very well as well. So you got to think about it. Like it's not just about you. You know what I mean? Like not everybody's here to watch you. Like, I don't know. So like, it's not like the worst thing that's happened to me, but it's just more like when I grow up and I kind of realize like
a bummer. Like it's just bummed.
I'm more bummed that I didn't take those losses in a humble way, I guess you could say. Not that I was like thinking of myself as the shit. It's just more like I should have realized that these other groups also are trying very hard, and it's like I could have taken these competitions as a learning opportunity instead of being like, nah, like it's the judge's fault. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense. Yeah. But to me, I just wish I was more mature at that time.
Like learn to lose.
Learn to lose, yeah. Because I mean, to be honest, like I said, looking back at those videos, like we weren't perfect, Like we were just a group, and we went out there and we did our best, and that's what should matter. We shouldn't have been upset because we didn't win or shit like that, Yeah. I don't know.
Makes sense.
I'm going too much into it. Wicho Ramirez says, what's the worst weather conditions you had to deal on the way to a gig? Dude, you don't remember? We were driving and it started fucking pouring rain and we're in the van and like we're in Dallas. Something was flooding, like, because Dallas floods like crazy. Like crazy. Like it barely rains over there and like freeways will be underwater. What I remember, we were like in the neighborhoods heading to a gig. I remember it was pouring and then like literally like the water reached like the wheels like hasta arriba, and like Don Luis was still like, no, we got it. And then we drove. Like when they always say like, don't turn around, don't drown. That's what they say on the yeah. We were like, no, we gonna make it. Like we were so confident and we were so ready to get to this gig that we're like, no, we'll make it. But looking back, bro, like I just remember, I mean, the van, when you were sitting in the van, like you're pretty high up. So like the fact that I could look over at the window and see like a wave where the window, meets, that we were at level, bro. So I'm like, we are literally swimming in this van right now. Like
we are a submarine.
Yes, like it felt like we were on a boat in fucking, Lake Worth or some shit. Like, no, we should not have done that. Like, Imagine the news story. Like, you know how the helicopter, there's always a helicopter shot. And nomás se mira yo, swimming out with my Morales, tú con el guitarrón, like, it's just, you would see that shot, like, looks like we got a couple of Mexicans getting out of the van right here. Oh, see, they should not have gone into that. Oh, yeah, oh, man, they are in some trouble. And then here come the paramedics, trying to help us. Like, o sea, iba a ser un pedo, but we still went through it for some reason.
I'm like, we still made it, though.
Hey, we made it to the gig, and we played, so.
Mine was like that, but except I was driving.
You did that?
Yeah, but like me agarró. Because I went from Fort Worth to Dallas.
Okay.
And I didn't know it was going to rain like that.
Yeah, it got pretty bad.
So, like, started pouring. And it was back when I had my little Matrix.
The little blue car?
Seaway, so I couldn't see shit. And I'm like, nah, aquí me voy a morir. Like, yeah, yes, the boy, like, I'm done, bro. Like, yeah. So I kept pulling through, though, and I made it.
No, so. Yeah, it's crazy because when it rains here, it rains, man. Like, it's like big fat rain, like thick guy, So it's dangerous. The water here can get pretty dangerous. Dylan, shout out. How do you think music therapy can help with depression or anxiety? Well, what's music therapy? Like, you listen to music?
Yeah, essentially.
Basically. I don't know. That's kind of a loaded question. I know for sure, like, I use music as a way to, like, listen, obviously, because I want to listen to what's going on, but I do feel weird when there's a lot of emptiness. Okay. You know what I mean? So, like, that's why I always have, like, music playing. As far as, like, I don't know, I can't speak about depression all that much. I do know that, like, I used music when I was in places that weren't so good, like in high school when I was all emotional and shit after my breakup. But I would use music. I thought I'd do, like, all depressed. And I was like, but it did help, like, listening to music. Eventually, like, that music, like, helps you, but you also get better. So, like, I felt better, so I didn't want to listen to all the sad songs about love anymore. And I just want to listen to different stuff now. As much as it helped me, like, I don't really think about it that much anymore, I don't know.
I know for sure, like, music, like, in music therapy, it's, like, kind of stimulate you in a way,
in a different type of way.
Yeah, like, because I know it makes you, like, release some type of hormone, maybe.
Does it?
That makes you feel better.
I don't know the science behind it.
Yeah, me either. I'm just guessing. Because I know, like, the DJ would tell us, like, like, music makes you help build connections in your brain, like, with your body and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah?
So I can, like, because you got to think about it. You got to think about keeping a tempo, like, learning to coordinate your hands together. Mm-hmm. To make something, and build your inner beat and stuff like that. Huh. So I can picture something like that going on in your brain, like that's deeper too.
Yeah. I guess just in personal experience, I can't speak much of it. Like, I love music and I love listening to it, but I'm sure because, like, his question is saying, like, how can it help with depression, anxiety?
I think it helps you cope, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it just gives you an outlet, like, just like anything else that you may do. And if anything, this outlet allows you to do it in a safer way, like.
Well, I don't think it's a solution, but it definitely helps you get there.
No, pues sí. Because, I mean, that's why music is so different. Like, you can listen to whatever you want, like, and there's so many genres that there's one band out there that'll, like, speak to you. That's why, like, even though I say I don't like certain genres, I still like to, like, at least give it a shot just to kind of, like, see why I don't like it. And then, like, or, like, try it again after a couple years. Like I said, you asked me a couple years if I would like a band like the Turnpike Troubadours. And I'm like, no, like, what the fuck? And now, like, they're, like, my go-to. Mm-hmm. So, you mature a little bit.
Because that's a job, too, like, music therapy. Like, I know, like, mi maestro en paz descanse, like, he would play, like, at hospitals for people that were, like, lonely all the time.
That's pretty cool.
So, maybe that it does,
Yeah. No, pues chingón. Can I request you play me Cascabel solo?
Do it, bro.
Ahí va.
That's pretty good. I'm like, that's better than 5.
That's better than usual. Aguirre Miguel says, what was the stupidest beef you had with other schools? It's not really beef. It's more like kids just like
being competitive.
Competitive, yeah. I remember one time we heard this rumor that some school was scared, like literally that was the quote, was scared of our armonía. And I remember just being like, yeah, we're fucking badass. We're the fucking tightest fucking armonía in all of fucking North Texas, bitch. I just thought we were like the shit after hearing that comment. But who knows if that was real? Like, like we just heard that.
Nah, we're just kidding, bro. Like,
yeah. Like we heard that a school was like, yeah, they're scared of your armonía. Like, o sea, because they're pretty good.
Yeah.
I remember we thought like we were the shit, and I was like, no, like we don't even know if that was real. Like, whose quote is that? Like,
yeah.
Like, so I don't know who said that, but I mean, apparently it was a thing, you know.
Yeah.
So it was just funny, but it's not really beef, but it's just because I don't think we like hated any other schools or anything like that. Like, I think kids are just like I said, they're competitive. I mean, they're going out there to be number one. You know what I mean? Like, they want to be first place. You know, they be the best in the state, especially even now. Like, I see it a lot more now. But it's like, you know, it's just kids being competitive. I mean, it's just like football or soccer or anything like that. Like any UIL sport, like people are going to be competitive. But it's not like you're going to fight some kid at a mariachi. Like, no, wait, like, ¿qué, wait? ¿Tú tocas mejor que yo? No, nah, wait, nah, ni me. And then you just start fighting. Like, no, that, unless that's happened before. You think
No
that's
sé. No creo.
That'd be fucking funny, bro.
I can't see that.
I can see a whole bunch of like trajes fucking jingling with the gala and just girls pulling their hair and then they got the makeup all smeared, you know? Like, that would be kind of tight, bro.
I would watch it. I'd be like, doing great, sweetie.
With the flash on.
Yeah.
Nah, I just be like, oh, come on, like, oh shit, like, oh fuck, what do we do? Oh shit, I'm a teacher. All right, damn, I'm supposed to be the one like to moderate.
I'd be like, I'm not a teacher, bro. Like, let me zoom in. Like,
this shit's wild.
I'm like, hit him in the ribs.
World star. Yeah. Anyway, let me get through these quick. Alex Avalos says, do college mariachis typically rehearse over the summer? Mine didn't.
Mine didn't either.
Yeah, it's more like a school thing. The only thing I got to do with them that was cool during the summer is we went to Albuquerque, and that was fucking tight. What else? We have one confession. I posted a meme about when your Caiman boss just paid you $100 for 4 hours of work, but you're just a kid. You're just a kid, and you have no idea what just happened.
Someone was like, me grabaron.
Someone was like, actually, this happened to me. I made $125 for 4 hours, and I thought I was making a lot. And that's true, because as a kid, like, you don't know the value of money. So when someone gives you $100, you don't even realize that you just played this long. You're just like, I just made $100. Like, you know how much this will buy me? Like, and it's because you're not used to having money. So like, bro, when you're an adult, and I saw this tweet on Twitter, but it was like being an adult is realizing that $1,000 ain't shit. Like, $1,000 se te va así. Like, if you pay rent, or you know, you have a car, or you're paying insurance, whatever, like $1,000 is like nothing. So imagine like, right, there's obviously a kid right here right now that's probably playing a couple hours and they're making $100, and that money is chingón for them. But like, pa uno como nosotros, way, like, you get, dude, we finna fight. Like, if you pay.
That's why I also don't think, like, because people will tell younger kids, like, te vamos a pagar menos because, like, you're barely learning and shit.
Yeah, you're barely learning. Yeah.
I'm like, we're gonna pay you less so it could be an incentive so you can get paid more. I'm like, that's bullshit. Because I would get paid like what, like $30 for an hour, and I'd be like, dude, this is a shit out of money. Like, soy rico, like, I'm not, I'm gonna retire. Like, this is a lot, you know.
Yeah. No, pues, te digo, it's weird, man.
Da cabrón.
All right, well, I think that's it.
That's it.
We need to get out of here, dude. This is a long episode.
See?
Anyway, guys, like I said, Spotify, you can rate now. So if you haven't rated us on Spotify, and if you're listening on Spotify right now, just put 5 stars. Just help us out. If you listen on Apple Podcasts, just put 5 stars. Help us out. Add a comment. Add a review. It helps us out a lot.
I haven't seen the reviews lately.
Share, like, comment. Tell your friends. And we will be back very soon for the next episode of CharroBeans Podcast.
Yeah. Yo, stay tuned.
Stay tuned. That's it, right?
Por favor.
Por favor. Anyway, you guys, take it easy. Have a great week. We'll see you next week.
Yeah. Oh. What are we? That shit swing.
It's the thing. It's just not. It's the greatest. connection. Me recuerda